Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am warmly welcoming you to this conversation. I hope you are doing very well and maybe like myself, taking a break and able to join. Or maybe you will watch it a little bit later. I'm very grateful for my lovely new subscribers and those who have been here since the beginning of time. I appreciate you both. I appreciate you all. Hello, Elizabeth. Welcome. So many things have been happening this past week. Really, a lot of uplifting things. I think we finally having a positive streak, and yes, I could not be happier. I almost not fully believe in it. It's really hard to comprehend that finally American president was able to achieve the peace agreement on the Middle East. I don't understand how shaky it is, and I don't understand that things might change because of political powers will be eventually changed here in US. But nevertheless, it's a grand event. It's a I if you are a human being and you've ever experienced anything as devastating as the war, you feel happiness, relief for the people you don't even know, and you feel happiness and relief uh, for the world, because every conflict, every circumstance like this leads to more. We've seen it this year. It felt like a bad cancer with all the turmoil going on around the world, and it's a destruction, and it's a painful thing. No matter how you look at it, from what point you look at it. My channel is not necessarily political, but there are some very interesting things that are going on. And today we're going to talk about wait today we're going to talk about the man's character, or lack of one. I just cannot help but be happy, genuinely just overflow with joy for the people on Middle East. I personally have some relatives and friends, but regardless of that, knowing that there are 20 people that were tortured, absolutely tortured, and they got to see their family, they survived this disaster. One day, maybe I will do a live and I will play a story that I watched last year of a hostage that was led home, and her story will give you chills, but also will give you strength. It's really is sometimes very important to learn such things, to hear about them, because it does something to us as humans. We are very much into our world, into our big problems, but sometimes when you're not gonna hopefully experience any of that, but even listening the stories, even hearing the stories, takes you on a journey out of your own usual. So anyway, yes, I cannot believe this. So many beautiful days, so many beautiful events, and of course I'm gonna dedicate a whole stream in the next couple of days. We're gonna have a celebration for Charlie Kirk. I'm preparing the best of his clips. It was his birthday last week. Talking about man of character, that has a character, that has leadership and bravery and courage. We absolutely going to have his takes on so many things, his conversations. And yes, we're gonna have a separate stream where I'm gonna play clips. Today I'm outside, so I can see that connection isn't the best, but we're gonna still continue. Please let me know if how my connection is. It shows me that it's kind of low at the moment, right? But I'm waiting till a few people gather. So we are going to talk today about men's character, and I'm gonna use Obama. I mean, for the I'm gonna use Obama for the example. Good morning, good morning. Всем привет. Welcome everyone. Good morning and guten Abend. I don't know. Each time I come here, it's so much going on. Robert Garcia from what? You look like Connie Francis. Well, I hope she's pretty. Okay, perfect. Good, because it shows that I have almost zero connection. So I'm glad it's decent. That's all we can hope for. So, without further ado, so we're not gonna make it political. We're gonna use some. We're gonna make it more lesson of emotional intelligence and learning the character. So recently, a lot of people who do not like American president, people who do not like Donald Trump, still had the courage to acknowledge his win, his major deal, his peace. Unless their ego was bigger than that. And their insecurity, unless their insecurity was bigger than that, unless their beach, I'm gonna say beach self was bigger than that. And that was Barack Obama. You know, it was so weird that even CNN, the clown network, clown news network, even the CNN called out Barack Obama and say, listen, if you're gonna make a post, right? If you're gonna post about peace in the Middle East and go into detail, actually it doesn't matter what size of a post you make about Middle East. You absolutely have to acknowledge the person that was the main peacemaker there. Okay, you have to acknowledge it. When how you can see insecurity in a man, major insecurity is when they try to downplay success of another man, and it's a horrible quality. You know, it's a horrible quality, because it tells that you are arrogant, you are jealous, envious, ignorant. You don't have, you actually lack testosterone and you lack masculinity. Even if it's your enemy, even if it's your adversary, you must admit someone's success, especially if they are if it's something that important, it relates to you, you know, you are colleagues, or you know, you are together in a business. When you try to downplay another man's success, it makes you look so weak, it makes you look so arrogant, it makes you look so like, it makes other people feel pity for you. And that's why, you know, I know Barack Obama most likely playing for the other team, if you know what I mean. I mean, we didn't hold the candles, but you know, the signs are there. But yes, I just cannot believe that being so old, mature gentleman, right? Living so many decades, being once a president of the country, already, you know, have the accolades, have the success, have the recognition, have all those things, but never learn how to have empathy, how to be a human, how to recognize others. That's Barack for you. For me personally, I was charmed by him. When I came to United States, it was 2008. He was, I didn't know anything about American politics, so I was instantly charmed by Barack Obama because he is very charismatic when he wants to be. He can be empathetic looking. He's not really empathetic, but he has manipulative empathy. Um, Manipulation type of empathy, if you know what I mean. He's empathetic when the time is good to be empathetic, but any human being, when they know that 20 people that were tortured beyond human imagination, the torture that these hostages went, they are worse than death. I say that after listening to, I read about this before. It was very, very hard to read, but I've also listened to the young woman that just went through went through that horrible humiliation and torture. So yeah, if Barack Obama would have something in his heart, any human empathy that is genuine, he would say, he could have even said that, Donald Trump and I have a lot of differences. We barely agree on anything, but one thing I would agree with is that because of his efforts, there are 20 people that were tortured in hell on earth, or maybe even worse, unimaginably, are back home with their families, and they will be normal victims. I must think. I think this is a lesson for all of us to take, even on a personal level, because sometimes we have family members that we do not connect with very well, maybe colleagues, maybe on a personal level. Sometimes we have people that we don't think as highly, or they're not our close people, not our close friends. But when somebody does the right thing, it doesn't matter your opinion of them. It it doesn't matter your view of them, your personal benefit. When somebody does the right thing, the only right thing to do is to recognize it. That's all. It must be so simple. And Barack Obama, if he would actually recognize the current president of the United States in his post, he would get so much positive. He's, I don't know who making strategy for these people, because if he would make a post about the peacemaker, about how much effort the American president had put in this peace in the Middle East, he would get positive press from both sides of the spectrum. He would get positive press because the Democrats would say, yeah, look at his integrity. He's acknowledging, he's doing the right thing. Look at him. And of course, he would have a positive comments on the conservative side as well. But he decided to be little beach self. In Eastern Europe, barely anybody could say the difference of the letters. So instead of saying the curse word, I'm gonna say beach. Life's a beach, like the hat I used to have. So anyway, talking about the emotional intelligence part, you do not become looking better as a man, especially even if you maybe trying to impress a woman or you try to do something. You do not look better as a man if you try to downplay the success of another man. I remember going out on a date with this guy, and his character was, as I could tell, was really beta supreme. He has this beta supreme character, very needs reassurance for everything, needs validation for everything. No bold achievements, just a very, very below average kind of, type of person. And he started to criticize Donald Trump and taking some things, and downplaying his achievement. He thought that he is going to win my my attention by doing that. Gentlemen, never ever downplay the success of another man. Use another man if he come to conversation, whether it's somebody you know or it's a public figure. Use it as an example, an inspiration, something to aspire to be, because you look so silly when you're doing that. Similar to when a really unattractive woman, I've been watching one, criticizes other women that are a lot more beautiful, a lot more feminine, a lot more accomplished, a lot more pleasant. It feels the same, because when you have that attitude, you look bitter. You, as a woman, you look very bitter and very jealous. Everybody knows that if one woman is starting to gossiping about another woman that is obviously beautiful, that is obviously pleasant, that is obviously liked by many, loved by many, well, you know how poor, how terrible it looks. But it's even worse for a man. It's even worse for a man to be this way. It is worse for a man to not have enough testosterone in him, not to have enough of respect, not to have enough of wisdom. I don't know, how old is Barack Obama? Could you guys help me? And meanwhile, I would like to hear what you got to say. Everybody who listen, do you agree with me? What are your thoughts? Have you ever dealt with men that try to downplay other men to look better, or try to try to do that in the eyes of a woman, so she is thinking that she will fall for that? I honestly can. He's 64. Barack Obama is 64. Okay, well, he should act like 64, not like 14 or 15 when it's me. Yeah, man, he really aged quite a bit, I must say. I mean, oh well. I think it's not that. I think he looks okay, but I think if you look at how the way he sits, the way he kind of lost his purpose, and I think that's why he lost his confidence. He used to be. I mean, I'm not his fan, but he used to be a lot more upbeat. He had a lot more energy, a lot more confidence. Well, he lives with Michelle Obama, so well, I guess that's a whole another story. Somebody says you're very superficial. Reminds me of my sister and my mother. Oh well, I'm sorry, but I have a good news for you. Unlike your mother and your sister, you don't have to be here. We are not related, so you're welcome to move on. Daniel, welcome. Thank you for being a member. As we say here, member in the house. Thank you, Daniel, for stopping by. Good to see you. And so, as my beautiful CCGB, who is a member and a moderator, and so as Elizabeth, that is a member and a moderator, my darling from Scotland, thanks so much for stopping by and checking me on age. So yes, guys, this is just something, we can always learn from this situation and how pathetic it looks and how weak and how weird. Guys who are watching, I just want to tell you, under playing down success of another man looks, it doesn't make you any more successful. You are not looking any more successful. You look very insecure, you look bitter, and you look like you are embarrassed of yourself. Also, it looks like you're not competent and you don't understand etiquette. because you might have your feelings, but there is etiquette, especially if you are in 1%. I mean, most of us will never be in that position, right? But if you had achieved anything, you know, you are in any circle, I think there is certain things that sometimes you can congratulate your adversary when they're doing something right. Because in the end, uh, usually we dislike somebody because we think that they are not doing something right. So when somebody is doing something right, they are our friend in that moment, right? Because they are doing something positive that it's so important to acknowledge. And that shows that you believe in something bigger than yourself, that you are not obsessed with yourself. It's not all about your feelings, it's not all about some old battles, but also it simply make you look foolish when you try to hide the obvious, you know. It really makes you look foolish. It makes you look very weird. um yeah, like you're playing a fool. You are playing a fool. And hello. That you are um you actually look extremely immature, and you look like a teenager that thinks that grown-ups are fools. You know that feeling? You know that feeling when if you ever been around teenagers and you already played all those games, you've been there, done that, and teenager try to play you and pretend, and you're like, yeah, yeah, So, but for teenagers, it's to be expected because they're just starting out their life. They have a lot of contradicting things, and they have zero life experience. But if you are a man who's experienced, whether you are trying to impress a woman, whether you're trying to make yourself better, look better at work, no matter what are you trying to do, the best thing is to acknowledge the obvious and be fair. So when somebody, I call it Barack Obama syndrome, you know, it's like, oh my goodness. Ah, when somebody is factually, it's not a subject of opinion. Sometimes there are facts. Somebody came out, put effort, made things happen. You know, I'm talking with you right now on the live on YouTube. This is a fact. It's not an opinion. I'm sitting on the live. I have a privilege to connect with people who are joining in. I see your comments. Some may dislike it, some may like it, but it's a fact. It's not an opinion. This is just what's happening. So we should always, men should always not try to argue a fact, because when you try to argue a fact, you look very weird. Ой, Романчик, помоги себе, мой хороший. Помоги себе. Я посмотрю твой канал. Сбрось мне свой канал на английском языке. Я посмотрю, как ты себе можешь помочь, и тогда я подумаю. Спасибо за комплимент. Я очень ценю. As always, I get compliments from native Russian and Ukrainian speakers, no, Russian in this case, telling me how I need help with my English. Yeah. I don't really need your, yeah, it never fails. You know what? That reminds me of Barack Obama. I'm sorry, that's something Barack Obama would do. It's like, I've never said that English is my first language, but everybody can understand me perfectly. Even Siri on my Apple, okay? It's just super annoying that people do that. It's just so annoying. It just tells you that most people's level of intelligence is not very high. Because even if my English was very poor, but I was trying to convey a thought, you still have respect and you give your best and you listen. Elizabeth, Oh, Elizabeth, you know what's funny? Elizabeth says your English is better than mine. Well, not really, but Elizabeth is from Scotland, and Scotland has its own accent, so it's very very difficult to understand. But I'm adjusting to it. I'm adjusting to your accent, darling. So it's funny because you've sent me a voicemail a couple times, and I sometimes, if I can't listen to it, I put a transcript, and couple times the transcript cannot discern your English. It's just very funny because it's a different type of dialect accent. Same as in Ukraine, because people who's, for example, in the central Ukraine or eastern, they have very hard time understand Western. So it's just funny. Oh wow, thank you. I have a new member. Thank you. Wow, I'm so excited. I don't know, I just feel so special when somebody is subscribing to be a member of the channel. Thank you. Destabilized America? Well, we are hoping to stabilize it. We are hoping to stabilize it. On my channel, I used to only talk about Slavic dating, and I still talk about emotional intelligence aspects of dating between different cultures, but I love reflecting on what's going on in current day, and I like looking at the lessons that we can take notes, because we're all human, we all make mistakes, we all fail sometimes, and sometimes we all fail, we all make mistakes, and sometimes we all do things we are embarrassed about. This is not about being critical or unforgiving. This is just reflecting, and I hope it will help. I'm so glad that you joined. I'm going to destabilize America. I'm so glad you joined, because it looks like you like certain topics I'll be talking about. And in the next couple of days, I really cannot wait. I want to make a play a bunch of videos. I have been saving them. I really want to do a belated, or not belated, it's never belated for Charlie Kirk. I want to do the celebration, and just have good discussions, just honoring the common sense on this channel. One thing that we do is honoring common sense. Let me read some comments, guys. I pretty much made my most important points, so feel free to share your thoughts. Feel free to run, not run. Well, feel free to run if you need an exercise, but feel free to share your thoughts. Destabilized. Your name is something else. Destabilized America. I've been watching your videos for several years. I just never comment. Oh, thank you. That's even more special to me. I be honest, there are channels that I watch, and I usually don't comment. But lately I have, and I got such a beautiful feedback. So I realized that if you watch someone consistently, it's such a beautiful comment, because it's such a beautiful thing to do, because for anybody who makes videos, it's so incredible to see, sometimes say hello, even briefly, to the people who are watching. So that is even more special. I didn't know that Destabilized America was watching me. Thank you. I don't know if you're male or female, I don't know your name, but I must say you have a sense of humor. Thank you for commenting and subscribing and becoming a member. I appreciate that. Makes me feel $1 million. All of you guys who have been here and showing support, it means so much, because it also helps the YouTube recognize that this channel, people starting to watching it again, it's active again. Every little interaction makes a huge difference. Even the haters, Veronica, I subbed to you when you had this wonderful guest on. Bring her back. Which one? The Alina? The girl with beautiful blonde hair? I'm sure, or probably, yes. Well, she will come back when she's available. I'm always open to have her. She's one of my favorites. Yes. I figured I figured that. Well, you better be prepared. You better impress her with something so she comes more often. Okay? You know what I mean? Because she has a line of people who would like to see her. Let's see. So I have time to read your comments. Please share your comments, your ideas, your thoughts. The question is, do you recognize when you see this happening, when you see the men, do you see men jealous, and why in your environment? Or do you notice this with politicians, public figures, but more so in your environment? Do you see men's jealousy? I've experienced that. I've experienced that a few times, and it makes me laugh. You will never be, you will never look better in other people's eyes by putting down somebody else. You will never, I think people who have a bit of narcissism and arrogance, they think that if I only put this person, if I only mop the floor with them, if I only throw dirt on them, it's gonna make me look so clean. It's gonna make me look so polished. But no, it makes you look very foolish, especially when you ignore the obvious. I've experienced jealousy even from my dad. Oh, really? That's sad. Sad to hear. Alexander, bye-bye. He said goodbye. Let me see your nails. Wow. I'm gonna read a few comments. Thank you guys for sharing the thoughts. Thank you, James Baker. I appreciate it. Пойдем в кафе, но только 50-50. Да, да, Семен. Конечно. Прям полетим. Полетим в кафе. The only language other than English that is used here in the US is mainly Spanish. Yes, I know. I mean, in some states, Spanish is the second official, I believe, right? How is my connection, guys? Are you able to hear me okay? I want to give all my attention to you and read your comments. UK is a Muslim country now. Yeah, in general, I respect Arabic culture. I respect the religion itself. But I do not respect somebody coming to another country and trying to push their religion. It's like the same if you come into, you are a guest somewhere, you come in somewhere and you make the host abide to your rules. It doesn't make any sense. It's very rude. And in terms of the religion and having very strong opinions and very, yeah, I find it really is very concerning. Yes, very, very concerning. But I must say that separately from that invasion, I respect all the ancient cultures, all the ancient countries and cultures and all of this and religion. I just don't respect people forcing this on other people, not even at someone else's home. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Thank you, Daniel. Daniel says you speak English well. I know, Daniel, but thank you. I really do know. I am not perfect. Hi. I'm not. Bye. I am not perfect, but man, America. These kids have no culture. These kids have no culture. I'm telling you. Make your own channel. You know, I have no words. So yes, I think that invading somebody else's home is, it just should not be allowed. Period. Daniel says, "Oh yeah, I was speaking about English. Yes, you know my English is okay. My English is good enough. I know that, but I would love to improve my vocabulary. I would love to improve a lot of figures of speech to enrich it so it can be equal to my native language. But on the other hand, you will never see me at accent removal classes. No, never. I think you should always learn and improve, but you have the right to be yourself. It's like removing your essence. There is a reason why people have accent. Is because their pronunciation were formed by their native language, and you can soften it, you can make it better, but nobody should be forcing you to become somebody else and become just like everybody else. You must remain the way you are, to my opinion. That's how I see that. Somebody says only if they're illegal. Well, what if they're illegal and they make you bow to Allah and pray and do namaz and wear these black things on your face? I don't care. It has nothing to do with being legal and illegal in this case. It means that if you come as a guest or if you have documents and you can come and stay, you don't force your rules. We already have things established over here. You want to pray, you can go to a mosque. Every state has a mosque. In Europe, you can go and pray, but you don't force people to live by Sharia law. You have no idea what you're talking about and what it is. I don't know about you. When I was in college, I studied history of religions. So we study history of all the main religions and also the extreme religions, like the extreme parts, like Sharia law. It's nothing. It's beyond words. I have no words to describe it. So they can, we can miss it here. If they want to live like this, they can go back to where everybody, Afghanistan is right there. Okay, good for you that you agree, and yes. And I'm okay if people disagree with my thoughts. I'm totally okay to, I'm passionate about it, but I'm okay with people disagreeing unless they're being really disrespectful. Oh man, these teenagers that were walking around, it's like you are on your phone all day long. You're on a Snapchat, you are on a messages, you send stupid videos to each other. Make your own, make yourself a channel, make yourself something, do something productive. I'm just amazed. I feel so sorry for the young generation and how lost they are. And that is why I really, really, really honor and terribly miss and still going through it with what happened to Charlie Kirk. I think that he really saw it, and he saw that nowadays the young people, young men, ladies as well, young ladies as well, have no role models, very limited role models, very limited people to look up to. They have very flimsy foundation for their future unless they have a great family with very strong boundaries and beliefs. There is a very flimsy foundation for the future. It's like you have green hair, you have all this wokeness. There is no culture. There is no everything. They try to blur all the lines and remove all the foundational things that are so important to bring people. Like, for example, in my culture, there is no way that an adult sits and doing something and the kids are walking and yelling, "Oh, I want to be on your live show." Yes, I agree. Oxygen says the internet is like digital fentanyl to the youth today. But if those young people that have a good mind, that understand the power of it, I know kids, some personally, some on the internet, that turn their passions and they make more money than their parents. They use their skills, they use their ideas, to do things. They build followings, they train sports, or they sell products. Yes, it's not so easy. It takes error and trial, but you can use internet to display your talent, to teach, to share your products, your unique ideas. Something that we are doing right now as we are speaking. Oh, destabilized America. Exactly. American youth, through no fault of their own, are raised to live inside of their own imaginations. Not even their own imaginations. They are inside of imaginations of everybody who created these games. I think when kids use his own imagination, when he gets to develop, he can do brilliant things. I was talking to a parent who has a 13-year-old son, and he told me that his son used to be so creative. He used to create, he write plays and just performances. Like, he's just extremely smart and intellectual kid. But he says each time when he gets into the games, I notice how he's changing, how surface-like he becomes, and how he loses his own creativity. Even though he is talented and very creative kid. He's probably going to be some kind of filmmaker, or he's very smart, and he's going to do amazing things in life. But he says, and he's doing well in school and all and everything, but it just steals their childhood. I have a strong belief that video games steals their kids' childhood. It just really, really, what's happening is they steal their desire to get to know each other, to have fun, to play together, to explore together. So as parents, parents must remember that you're making all this money, you're taking all those extra shifts at work, but you maybe miss out on the most important, that will be irreversible. So I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying that it's so important. So yes, if your kid have creativity, something that you can create something of, you as parents, we should always think about investing in it. We can buy less hamburgers. We can cook at home. We can buy smaller cars. But I think investing in a child, investing in martial arts, investing in time reading together, time traveling together, just try and explore in the woods, you know. If you don't have the money to travel far, just doing all these good old things can change the future. And also teaching your children manners, it's a big problem here. I honestly cannot comprehend it, especially when some kids talk to me like I'm another kid. I cannot stand it. I know some people tell me that I look fairly young, but well, and I am fairly fairly, but it doesn't matter. You can tell that it's definitely an adult, 100% an adult. You don't approach an adult like it's your friend. You just don't. Yeah, they talk to me like I'm their friend. I'm not. Yeah, I agree with you, Veronica. The games take too much from the youth, pushing them into realm of emotionality rather than logic. I think that they pushing them into delusion, into someone else's fantasies and visions, and I feel like they're stealing their minds. They're stealing their minds. And I have another idea. Some people disagree with me on this, but I'm gonna say it. If you talk about video games, I am 100% sure that those video games, when you have kills, when you have the duty, duty. What's that video game? Duty. You're gonna tell me in a minute. Everybody knows that game. Where you play wars. Yes, Call of Duty. Thank you. That's how what a gamer I am. Call of Duty, for example, when you do all those atrocious things, you know, and also a bunch of other games when you run and you have weapons and you do all this poof poof poof. I have no doubts. I'm 100% positive that years from now, these researchers gonna see the link between that how to say this, that kids become desensitized through that, and things that happens in school, you know what I mean, piff puff, as we say, that happens in school. Desensitization, yeah, it's a difficult word for me. I have not a doubt that numbness, yes, thanks. Thank you. Yes, I see this. I don't know how many of you would agree or maybe disagree, but I 100% see the connection between desensitized children that are playing video games all day long and doing this, and they talk how many kills, how many this, how many. Think about that language. At some point your mind doesn't see the difference between the imaginary and real, and you think that you're so cool in the video game, you're doing all these wins, I'm gonna say wins. Why can't you go to school and do the same? You playing this all day, you know. For example, as a girl, I played house, as you call it in US, you know. I played with dolls. I had so many dolls, and when I was when I was in elementary school, I really wanted to be a teacher because well, we have a really gorgeous teacher, and she was just, I still remember her exact face, her features, she was so poised. She could really be a supermodel in all the best way, in all the best meaning of this word. She was just so very special. I remember her every feature. She was so beautiful, and of course I want to be. Everybody loved her, by the way. Everyone loved her, and I wanted to be a teacher, of course. So I wanted to be a teacher. It was a fantasy, running around with these things, not with the sticks. That is different. But doing this and seeing the blood and being excited and getting this testosterone boost from the games, it's a fantasy as well, and fantasy is a fantasy for a reason, because it's pleasant to think about, it's dreamy to think about, but it's also can be very dangerous. And you know, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a teacher. That was my fantasy, so like my dream. So I remember I had a big journal, and I wrote all my friends in my journal, and then I had the toys like stuffed animals. So I put all my stuffed animals in my journal, and I was teaching imaginary classes in the middle of my room, as all kids do. You use your imagination because it's something that you want. You want the recognition. You want, you are inspired. You want to be a teacher in this case, right? You are rehearsing something that you would like to do. Imagine the kids that are seeing all this, how how desensitized they are, doing this non-stop, sometimes not eating, not taking breaks. And I know kids that come to school and fall asleep in the class because they were up all night playing games. And if it all peef poof, as we say, you know, just you're doing this, you know, you have big weapons and you're bragging about your success, what do you think it does to your mind? I can bet my life savings that it has something to do with things that have been happening very tragically in the United States. I don't have a single doubt. I'm not saying that's the only thing, but this is one of the top ones. In a sooner than later, they're gonna see that. To make a long story short, I am 100% convinced that most of the video games just make our children dumb. They make them disinterested in reality. They make them unemotional, unresponsive. You know, it's just really terrible. Children still need families where parents spend time with their children. Doesn't have that much of a problem. You know, like I've observed through life, through time, parents who make designated time to talk to their children, they don't have that problem. Damien Lambert, why don't you spend so much, probably why do you spend so much time alone? Well, first of all, I'm not alone. I have at least 30 people who are watching me for a reason. Second, because I really enjoy it. Yes, Clara, I agree. It is absolutely horrible. It's horrible to see the childhood being stolen from our children. So the best we can do is give them attention. Numbness, yes, yes, I'm gonna call it numbness because it's a very hard word for me. I don't know why. What do you guys think? Do you agree? Just for me, I've seen a lot of cases. I've seen cases when kids would lose interest in their activities. They would lose interest to do a lot of things. And games would just stole them completely. It's really terrible to see. Let me read some of my comments. Some more comments. They start to find their identity in the fantasy. Yes, the fantasy given to them. Notice, Daniel, not the fantasy that they created. You know, when you're a kid, you create images, you create different heroes. You know, you maybe read some books that have a hero, hero that has like interesting characters with a different personalities and depths to them, and you create your own. This is the given the fantasy. And usually there is not much depth. There is not much depth to either of those characters. James, I'm sorry, Jim, welcome. Good to see you. Good evening. Hey, California, welcome. Yes, they aren't taught. I agree. Destabilized. I'm gonna call you destabilized element. Oh, I'm just kidding. Um, exactly, Daniel. They aren't taught to develop an identity. Yes, yes. Oh my gosh. Talking about real skills. We're gonna talk about some takes of Charlie Kirk in my upcoming videos. And I love his take. I'm gonna play it on live. He says we don't need any more gender studies. We don't need any more sociology. We need some men who know the trade, who knows how to fix things, how to knows about how to not get electrified if there is issues after the storm and you need to fix electricity. um, Man who has ability to weld, to fix, to uh, run construction, have a lot of hands-on skills. It is so important. It's mind-blowing to me that no boys, neither girls, knowing the basic survival skills, how to survive in how to survive in the wilderness. I mean, yes, some kids are lucky they have good parents, or maybe they doing some scouting, but how to survive in the wilderness. Girls, for example, only know how to go and get like some cookies or fast food. Like in my country, in Eastern Europe, my mother never give me, today I'm gonna give you a cooking lesson. No, she just does it, and you watch her when you are 3 years old. You watch her and you learn. My mother had never really gave me cooking lessons. She was just doing it. And we know, I think it's important for a boy definitely to be able to at least cook the basic things, but it's a survival thing. It's a real skill. You need to have it. Even if you can afford to eat at the restaurant, you need to know how to feed your family, feed your child. When we had the pandemic, how many people were absolutely useless? How many women felt useless because they made videos crying on the internet, but then they have to eat cereal and not sushi. It's like you have to have a skill, and for a boys, you have to have these skills. So I agree. Hey Russell, welcome. Welcome another loyal member and also a moderator. Welcome Russell, welcome to the chat. We do talk a little bit, we touch on the political things, but today's just we're talking about, if you can try, Damien, I have a whole channel talking about things Ukraine, but we are kind of on the topic right now. We are kind of going with the flow of the conversation, okay? Yes, well, of course, Russell, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So, Damien, you're okay, but it's nice not to be completely all over the place, because I also don't want to talk about it, believe it or not. I really don't want to talk about it because I don't know if you know this, but I'm from Ukraine. I really don't want to talk about it, especially now when things are on the edge and they try to do everything. And things are so complicated. And I just don't want to talk because some life-changing things happening at this very moment, so I just don't want to talk about it. I don't know if I'm that kind, Ivan. I'm kind when I need to be. I think so too, Tony. I think so too. But I don't want to talk about it right now. Hello, Texas. Hello, Chicago. Yes, I love Charlie Kirk too. It hurts so much still. When they show clips of him and his children and his wife, I cannot watch it. The short clips and videos, I cannot watch them. I can watch his speeches, when he speaks, when he talks, and I'm gonna put those clips on one of my upcoming lives, and we're gonna have a great time just listening to it and honoring his ideas and have discussion. But I cannot listen. I cannot see those photos. I cannot. Please don't send me. By the way, please uh, don't send me clips with his family. I cannot look at it. I'm sorry. I am from Europe, yes. I'm from Eastern Europe. I'm from Ukraine. But I live in US, and what surprised you? Just because I'm from Ukraine, I cannot speak English. I cannot have American audience. I think 70% of about 70% of people who watch me are from US, and then England, Australia, Germany, and a little bit of everybody else. It's a big world. Don't be so obsessed about ethnicity or native language. It should never limit anybody. There are universal ideas and way to connect with people. Oh, ужас. I have not been to Fresno, but I've heard nice things about it. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you, JC. 1971. Yeah, it's okay. We'll talk about it when we have a big news. I'm gonna have a whole stream about it, okay? When we have a big news, I might go live for 24 hours, with family and friends, and I don't know, some bubbly drinks. That doesn't have to be alcohol at all. It can be just something refreshing. It will be such a news. I know it will happen. It's in the works. I know that. All right, we are not calling. People can have different opinions. We are not calling them anything, okay? I don't drink regular pop, but if that's what you want, sure, why not? You will send me lots of coffee if I go 24 hours. I want to see that. How about a deposit? Oh my gosh. You really want that? 24-hour life? Well, I probably will have breaks. No, seriously. When I'm gonna have, the breaking news, when we're gonna have the breaking news regarding my native country, you better believe it. I mean, you want me to sleep on the live? Well, or party. Thank you. Um, when on the election night, uh, this last election, I think I stayed up for 24 hours. I was so antsy. I knew I had like this champagne. I didn't drink alcohol, but I felt like champagne going through my blood. I couldn't really sleep the night before. I had so much butterflies. I had butterflies, because I knew that this election is crucial for security inside of this country, but also for the life of, literally, lives of people, and the peace of the world depends on this election, because Mamala would be we would all would be we would all be blown off the planet already if Mamala was here. So oh my goodness, I couldn't sleep. Russell. Oh my goodness, you are serious. Oh, I appreciate your sense of humor. I appreciate your sense of humor, Russell. Thank you. He says, a start for your coffee fund. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, we have we have our first coffee fund sponsor, so I can go live for 24 hours. Oh my goodness. You really don't want me to get any sleep. Um, Probably if I decide to do like a very, very long live, I will either have some bunch of clips ready so we can listen or watch some clips so we can take breaks. Or maybe I will take breaks and put some music so I can maybe go somewhere or have some guests, or maybe my family gets together, we get to celebrate, I can do something. But I don't know, it has to be some 24 hours, I don't know. But you know what? I know some channels do it, but you need to involve some stable internet so you can put a lot of things. But anyway, thank you, Russell. Thank you, Russell. My coffee fund for 24-hour live stream had begun, and the coffee is coming. Remember, I need cream too. I cannot have coffee without cream. It hurts me. I don't know how to explain. It's too acidic. So somebody oh my goodness, no. You really want me to do that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I will have to do it. For Daniel Schmidt. Daniel Schmidt says, for the coffee fund, why not? Thanks, Daniel. Oh my god, I'm getting myself in trouble. Why did I say that? I'm sure it will be a lot of fun. Actually, I don't have my other piece of technology right now. I don't know if it's possible to go 24 hours live. I don't know. What is it? If somebody could Google, what is the longest? what is what is the longest time you can go live on YouTube? What is going on? I'm so cozy, guys. You just don't know. I'm wearing this jacket. It's leather on the outer, but it's fur inside. So I feel like I'm in the blanket. I feel like I'm in the blanket. I would love some hot tea. I did not bring it today, but you know, sometimes when I come in the evening, I have my thermos with me, and I have even my fancy English porcelain china. But Daniel, thank you. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Gosh. Oh. 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 Destabilized America. I am dying. I am dying. Wait. Destabilized America. Please don't try 24-hour life. It would make you crazy. Okay. So what do we have? What do we have? So shall we have a coffee fund and then like a hedge fund against it? We have a coffee we have a coffee fund and anti-coffee fund. So Daniel and Russell, thank you for the coffee fund. But now I have anti coffee fund, and that means with anti if the should the anti coffee fund cancel it out, but I have a feeling that the coffee fund will win. Honestly, let's see if there is anybody. Thank you, Destabilized America. I appreciate you. I guess you are thinking about my sleep, right? You put my sanity higher. Ah. Destabilized America puts my sanity higher, I guess. I have them both. Put the money into a bank for future investment. You think about the you think about the future. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, what was I talking about? Yes, so the last time I stayed last time I stayed up for 24 hours was the election night, and the day before election I was so antsy. I knew the destiny of the world depends on that election, and I had this feeling, you know, the butterflies, because of what happened on the previous election. Of course, there was a bit of a lot of people were worried, but I had the butterflies that were excite me to the maximum. I felt it in my blood. I even made a live on my Instagram saying that I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. I was I could not. Nothing could take that from me. And yes, I remember I was wearing a beautiful red leather jacket with a black fur and full face of makeup. I went to cast my vote. I think I made a live right after. I was super excited, just so excited. It's one of the best nights of my life. And then when I came home, I had a great company, and we all stayed up till almost 4 in the morning, and Trump kept going. He is how old? He's close to 80 years old. He kept going. He goes around the clock. There are some people right now, that say, no, he's falling asleep here. He is falling asleep everywhere because he works 20 hours out of 24. That's why. At 80 years old, almost, I respect the grind. I respect so much in a man the dedication, the grind, the full focus to what they do. You know, Donald Trump probably, I don't know what he's drinking, but I need the coffee that he's drinking, okay? Because I could not, okay, I'm a little bit young. I'm a bit half life, half of his life, like half his age, right? Or something like that. I could not stay up. I don't care what coffee that is. But maybe I can figure out what is it he drinking. But um, I think what he is drinking is passion. He's very, very passionate about his country. He knows that he needs to basically do the impossible, and he's fueled by his purpose. That is why he has his moments, okay? But his essence is that he's fueled by his passion, fueled. That's why he get his energy from, and his desire. It's not like he needs a little extra, you know. He already got his coffee fund. But yes, I need to know what he's having. Remember the movie? Remember the movie? What is that movie? Sleepless? Is it Sleepless in Seattle? Wait, I'm sorry. Wait. Is it Sleepless? Is it Sleepless? No. Who can tell me what is the movie when I think Meg Ryan were having coffee? She was really enjoying her coffee. Well, if you know the movie, you know. She was enjoying it a little bit too much, and somebody says, I'm gonna have what she's having. I don't know if you remember that movie. It's like, it's a beautiful movie from the past, I think from like 90s. Meg Ryan, I think it's Meg Ryan and somebody. Yeah, so I'm gonna have what she's having. I'm gonna have what Donald Trump. Okay, I think we come to an agreement here. If you guys want me to do 24/7 live, or like, I don't know, I think maybe we can try with 12-hour live. Or I can play clips so I can take a nap. But I think I'm gonna have what Donald Trump is having. I'm gonna make a call and find out what is he having. Yeah, Sleepless in Seattle. Yeah, it's a great movie. You know, we should watch it tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I love that movie so much. It's been so long since I watched it, but that scene, I mean, that scene is a classic. Oh my god, I'm gonna have what she's having. I'm gonna turn red right now. I think Donald Trump is drinking passion fruit. Yeah, too much energy. Yeah, he's definitely drinking a passion fruit, yes. Yeah, you know, I always mix those two movies. When Harry Met Sally or Sleepless in Seattle, I always mix them, and I love them both. And I also like You've Got Mail. Okay, Damien is not Damien. I'm sorry. Destabilized America. Destabilized America is stating it's beating against the coffee pot. So it's what, 2 by 2 now? He says a 24-hour life would be terrible, especially because you might die from heart attack. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What if I do the live and I switch off the like I switch off the camera and I switch off the sound so I fall asleep. But technically I'm live. Or I prepare like 10 hours of clips. You know, if you use a software, you can put it in. Guys, I'm sorry, but the live might be canceled. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No, the coffee fund is winning. Oh my gosh. So let's see what wins. The sense. I understand that destabilized America trying to give us sense of not being excited for something so crazy. But but some of my other subscribers think that the best I could do is to go live for 24/7. You know what? I'm actually going to research it. How to go live for 24 hours. And let's see. How to go live for 24 hours and not die. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's so funny. My shoulders actually not open to my ears. It's my shoulder pads. Thank you, Russell. He says more. Wait, I'm sorry. More money for the coffee fund. Okay, so we have two common sense, two common sense. One of danger of staying up for 24 hours going live against three coffee pots. You know, I have my favorite coffee at the. I have this store. I'm gonna take a reel. I'm gonna make a reel and maybe go live this weekend. I'm gonna be at my favorite store. I'll show you my favorite coffee. It's so good. But I'm a tea drinker too. Oh my god. Daniel. Daniel, is it for coffee, I assume? Wait. I'm. Is it three against three right now? Or what is that? Oh my god. I hope I'm not screaming too loud. Thank you. Well, let's see. So Daniel didn't say anything. Daniel, I assume is it is it a coffee support? Is it a coffee pot? I assume it's for the coffee pot, right? So I think we have three against three. So we have a tie. Or maybe I'm wrong. Hello, Mark. Welcome. We having here we having a competition whether I should go live for 24 hours one day, and I'm getting some coffee funds, and then I have a destabilized America new member that thinks it's a silly idea and the common sense should win. Okay, so Daniel says, okay, Daniel is in the middle. Daniel says for 12-hour coffee fund. Okay, so Daniel says 12 hours. So I will have to have enough of coffee for 12 hours. Oh, 12 hours, you know, sounds a bit more reasonable. It's too much, I know. Oh, oh my gosh, I'm like, I understand now what's going on. My shoulders. What's your origin? Where you come from? You are not American. No, I'm not American. 100% no. I drink a lot of coffee, so you see how I act. Oh my goodness. Andrei, привет. Okay, so Elizabeth or Shari, could you tell me, do we have three against three right now? So we have a tie. And we have a new offer that I should go live for 12 hours. Well, if I would go live for 12 hours or 24 hours, I would have some clips. So I would only use the software because there is no way I could talk for so long, and no way I would not lose my mind. I agree with destabilized America. But maybe I'll play some interesting clips. Anyway, I might have to make a research. Could drink? No, no, thank you. I don't really like vodka. Also, I would never drink on a live unless it's just just for the picture, but probably wouldn't. A Ukrainian woman I was talking to tried to get me to drink less cups of coffee, yes. But I agreed and increased. You increased the coffee cup size? Seemed legit. Well, she probably was worried about you. $4 would give you just enough time to chat, make a few dollars, so you can expand channel. Well, we're just speculating. We are talking about a reason why I would go live for so long. Right now, the destiny of my native country is being decided. So when we have the big news, when we have a very big news, I said it. I just said it, for fun, that I would go live for 24 hours. I said it as a joke. And then Russell was saying, hey, I'll help you with coffee. And, we're going to do some, I forgot, but we talked about the coffee font. And this is how we started. Yeah. If I would ever do a live that long, it would be fun. I would definitely prepare, and it would be either some people coming in or music, or maybe if I'm with my family, we are celebrating, and it would be something unusual, something very, very celebrative. Maybe we could play clips inside of a live, so I don't kill my talking ability, and make it more fun, so there is something vibrant going on. I hope people won't have. Oh yeah, I know, Mark. Elizabeth, could you tell me if you're still here? Oshari, can you tell me who won? So right now we are in a tie. So we have a common sense man here, I assume, who said be reasonable. It's crazy. You know what? I really appreciate it. Destabilized America, that you don't want me to actually be up for 24 hours and try to do a live. That it would be very tiring, but I think that we'll find a fun solution. I'm grateful to my coffee fund as well, because I think we can try a fun solution. We definitely, I can promise you right now. I'm gonna get my coffee tomorrow, so I'm gonna use the fund to stock up because I'm almost out. But it's going to be something very, very fun. It's going to be celebrative, and maybe I can have some guests. I know what I could do. I'm going to practice with my friend Alina. Before I go live, I can create the share link, and maybe you guys can be hopping on a live and saying hello. Just hopping for a while, celebrate. We can raise the coffee glass or tea glass, or I don't know, pop glass, or a drink, or juice glass, or whatever else. You can have wine or whatever drink. Maybe we can rise some celebrative things. Maybe we can dance on a live. I don't know. I'll think about it. Are you Orthodox or a Jew? I am not any of your business. How about that? That's who I am. Do you really think that America is the richest country in the world? Can actually somebody explain me, because I haven't had my coffee yet? Can somebody explain me how a country could be the richest in the world and yet to be in like unimaginable debt? I genuinely don't understand it yet. Could somebody give me a light on this, since we talk about this? Like Damien just was saying some thoughts, and he mentioned that America is the probably the richest country in the world. How does the being the richest, isn't it cancels out by or balance out by the incredible debt? I don't even know what the debt is. That's another topic that I don't understand. I do not understand how somebody could be borrowing money on our behalf and having fun with it, but making us own the money. Like, I don't get it. They actually have a website where they show the debts piling up. They have this website called like US debt or something, and it shows every second. Every second is like counts there. It's insane. Yes, I know what GDP is. I just don't know the correlation between GDP and the debt. I don't know the numbers, so that's why I cannot say anything, because I haven't done my homework to compare the GDP growth in number to the debt number. Yeah. Anyway, that's a whole different can of worms, isn't it? Oh my god. Somebody just sent me a Cashapp, and it says you already have the this is for the I'm sorry. Thank you, David, for the Cashapp. And he says, I know you like tea. This is for the tea fund. He says, this is for the tea fund, and you go to sleep. You know what I love? That my members at least have a great sense of humor. I love that. I think sense of humor is one of the most beautiful things that I've seen about men. Yes, you see, Daniel, my intuition, even though I didn't know the number, but my intuition wasn't wrong. Well, that's another thing to work on after most important things are stopped. That's another thing. So 29 trillion GDP and versus 39 trillion debt. Yeah, not a good situation. But I hope that exactly, Mark, I agree with you. Oh my gosh, I didn't know we're gonna have all this today, so I'm tealess right now. He says Mark says, if you have nothing, You must have a sense of humor, yes. I 100% agree. That helps a lot. Which one is has the most neurotic people? I'm pretty sure it's America. You mean like people with mental illness? 100% America. Because of a very sitting lifestyle and because of the video games, computers, just like the very weird lifestyle, drugs and so on. Hey, David, you're late to the party. Welcome, David, member in the house and one of my very, very loyal supporters. Welcome, David. Join the club. We were laughing a lot. Great to see you. Thank you for stopping by. I'm gonna give you in short. I mean, we had some serious discussion, but then it went south. Maybe somebody can tell. But I'm sorry, I need to drink something. I'm just tired. Imagine if I were to go out live for 24 hours or even 12 hours. You didn't miss the party. Um, you can. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I can't. These guys, it's their fault. They were making me laugh unstoppable. We had a competition for whether or not I should go live for 24 hours. When there's gonna be a big, beautiful, not big, beautiful bill, but big, beautiful news about miracle happening in my native country. Yeah. Yeah, so we had some super chats for the coffee fund so I can stay up for 24 hours. But then we got a counter super chat that I don't do it. Rest instead. Put the money in the bank because I might get sick for 24 hours. But then I got a a Cashapp note that I shouldn't get either. Just get tea and go to sleep. Anyway, guys, we'll see. I promise you, when the beautiful news will break out, we're gonna have tons of celebration on this channel. It's gonna be a lot of positive, uplifting things. It's gonna be a lot, I promise you. And it's gonna be fun. And as I said, one of the things that I would love to do, except for the getting caffeinated, caffeinated, I don't know. That I will use the software, so maybe some of you will want to hop on live and say hello, so I can see you. That would be so much more fun if I could have some guests for the celebration. So I'll share my coffee with you. David, stop. David, hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. It will depend on outcome of current events. So we have something big to celebrate. One of the events already happened last week. Actually, a couple days ago, with peace in Middle East. So right now we are praying for the peace in Eastern Europe, you know where. Yeah, well, it would be a good problem to have to figure out a day and a time and a coffee or tea. He says, do you see what Americans are doing to you? Yes, making me stay all night drinking coffee. I might have to cheat and get half of the coffee fine and half of the tea. Because there are so many kinds of... I don't like decaf, I don't drink decaf. Tea or... whether it's tea or it's coffee, I never drink decaf. I either drink normal coffee, normal tea with caffeine, and then I just have tea. I make my own tea. So I mix it with tea. Yeah, decaf is pointless. It's like a, I don't know. I wanted to say it's like a rubber doll. I don't know. I haven't tried either, so don't know. But but yes, I some tea doesn't have, like herbal tea doesn't have caffeine, so I can mix it. I like what Destabilized America. I really like your sense of humor and sarcasm. I appreciate it. Coffee all day long. I don't think I really enjoy coffee in the morning. Well, if it's cold coffee with some cream and ice, I can have it sometimes in a day too. But there is something weird about me. I can drink coffee. I don't know if anybody else could do it, and go straight to sleep. And so is tea. You know, we drink only in America. I've learned only in America I've learned that tea, like black tea and green tea, has caffeine, because in my culture we always drink tea in the morning. Tea or coffee, often it's tea, but it's not tea like here. If we drink very good tea, it has a lot of depth and body. You can find it here, but most people don't know how to even make it and where to find it. It's not the dust in a bag. You need to know how to brew real tea, make it delicious. But in my country, we usually, our ritual before going to bed is having tea together, like making delicious, very full body tea, and we are having it together. So, and if we move to America and we maybe in American family, people would look at us because we would drink like 3, 4, 5 cups of tea. It's like a ritual. It can be black, it can be Earl Grey, it could be green, it could be, sometimes it can be herbal, sometimes it could be like, you know, those mixes when it's green tea but it's mixed with some other flowers and berries. It's really delicious. Mosquitoes, you're supposed to die. Don't eat me. I need to go live for 24 hours. If you eat me, who is gonna do that? You too, darling? Shari, you doing the same thing? I know. People looked at me like I'm insane because I can drink my tea and go straight to sleep. Drink my coffee and go straight to sleep. I didn't know the tea had caffeine before I came here. It's our custom. I think maybe I'm resistant because I have no problems because I did it since I was a child. Oh my goodness, it's drinking my blood. How do you feel doing that? Okay, if not mosquitoes, then bees. Espresso? No. No. I'm going to defund you. Oh my God. This guy, did you guys hear that? He just had a black cloud. I wish I could turn the camera and switch it. I hope I'm not gonna get cancer after this, because this guy, it was an old truck and he moved and it was just like, it was like black cloud, just a black cloud. What is that? It's just like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. It was just like, I'm sorry, yeah, diesel smoke, it just was like black and like an explosion. Oh my gosh. Destabilized America. Thank you. I thought it was another coffee, but it's something else. There is no such a thing as a dumb question. You have to say, is it for or against coffee though? Because we're keeping account today. Let me know. I think you are against. I count it as against the 24-hour stream. Dumb question, when did you dye your hair brown? Is they actually red, like reddish brown? I dyed them last week. I don't know if you know this, but I have another endeavor. I have a glamour shop, and I also love fall, and I like taking photos outside. And here where I live, we have very beautiful fall. You know, the leaves change in colors. So I've changed my hair color, so I can make beautiful fall photos. You know, with in my furs and jewelry and makeup. I love just the artistic side, and so that's the main reason why I color my hair. And it was last week. Yes, recently. You, it's like brownish red for the fall. I'm sitting at the table. They don't have coffee here, unfortunately, but they have a beautiful flowers like behind me, and also like every table has a bit of decor. So for the fall, it's my month of October. I hope I answered your question. Oi, my legs. Oi. But I'm counting this. I'm counting this against the 24-hour life. Am I correct? I'm gonna make a research what it takes and how many people have been harmed and how many people survived. I think I know some streamers, when they do, I don't know about 24 hours, but when they do like long streams, like many hours, they do use a lot of technology. Do you guys want to have a small walk before I go? Walk around my town? Okay, so next time, please tell me, Veronica, bring your tea or coffee or a drink. Can I introduce you my friend? Hello, darling. You see, guys? How are you today? You see, we kind of match. What do you think? He's tall. He's really tall. I don't know about handsome. Is he handsome? Are we looking good? Are we compatible? I don't know. Thank you, Destabilized America. I'm gonna post some photos. I know a lot of you guys don't follow me on my Instagram account, where I post my photos and reels for my glamour stuff. So I will make a full post maybe here. So you can see how beautiful it looks. Yeah, I think we kind of match. Yeah, but it's a bit late for that, Daniel. Wait, not Daniel. I'm sorry, David. Pretty sure a dark red. Yes. Uh huh. I'm moving to Ukraine if all women are like her. Good night, Jim. Thank you for coming. No, I do not drink coffee all night. No. I drink coffee in the morning. I make it like very, I like the full body. And then I drink tea during the day and water and tea. I drink like a variety of tea, but I like really, really good and strong coffee, like not the slightly brown water. I don't know. Can somebody tell me why in American restaurant, if you go for breakfast or if you go for some meal, if you order coffee, it's gonna be like a ditch water? Can you tell me why? Unless you go to a coffee shop, the coffee gonna be trash. Good night. Good night, Russell. Hello. People doing sports. Oh, handsome, yes, very handsome. Click, click. Where's my Instagram? Well, as you understand, this is a decor for the Halloween. We have these guys all over here. I don't know. I don't know his character, so I cannot say if he's handsome or not. For me, handsome man is a great character. Oi, my leg. Good night, Damien. It's not even a midnight here yet. Oi, oi. Somebody's biting my leg. Oh my goodness. Oh. Of course, I'm not gonna show. I ate my lip gloss. He's stolen handsome, but it's not enough for me, you know. He has to have character, number one, then everything else. Um, my Instagram account is not anything personal. It's not for showing selfies. It's not for showing any explicit photos. It's not for me doing anything else. It's strictly for my retro fashion. That's all, that's it. I'm very private. I took a decision some time ago to not share about my personal life because, you know, family and friends should have time to reach out, to talk, to connect. There is no reason why strangers need to know details about your life, where you're traveling, what you're doing, who you're with, your life events. There is no reason why it should be exposed to everybody. So I took a decision a while ago to share with that small group of people that actually cares. I might share something eventually, but I don't use social media like most people use it. And I've learned a lot by doing that. I've learned a lot by doing that. Sometimes people want to pretend like they are your family, they want to know about you, they this and that, but then you don't hear you don't hear them for a long time. Because when you post, you show them everything, they write a comment, and it's supposed like they are staying in touch. So when you don't post anything, they they're confused, you know. Oh, because they actually have to put effort to find any information. Yeah, I don't know what is this about restaurant. I'm not even talking about tea. When I just came to US and I would try tea, I cried when I tried the tea here, like at the first at the airport and then like at some restaurant. I cried, but I found the tea. I got the teapot. I got a electric kettle, so we're good. Yeah, I like real things. No bags, no powder, no dust. I'm not drinking tea from a dust bag. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna show you guys sometime, maybe around Christmas, how I do some things, how I cook some things or prepare some things. No, I make better coffees than Tim Hortons. I know they're okay if you're on the road or something, but yes, if I'm on the road, I go somewhere. Like if I'm literally traveling. But that's about it. I learned the hard way. Oh my gosh. We have this one breakfast spot where sometimes, you know, family gathers, you know, some friends. I actually like home breakfast because, you know, you can make anything you want if you have hands and imagination, but sometimes it's fun. And they have like the worst the worst coffee. When I tried their coffee, like I can't even describe it. And I think if I go there again, I'm gonna tell them because everybody think that and nobody telling them. Maybe I will write an anonymous letter. Put a bit more than 3 grams of coffee for a liter of water. Try that with them. It literally the most awful taste you can imagine. A nice French press. Yes, I have French press. I have my French press. I have my special coffee from Costa Rica or Kenya or some other country I forgot. And cream. And also sometimes I add a little bit of lavender. Sometimes I add a little bit of whiskey. So whiskey fund, I don't know guys if you can afford my whiskey fund. But it's very little. It's just like kind of like Irish coffee thing. Destabilized America says, please don't become American, reserve your privacy. Thank you. Honestly, I don't think that it's only an American thing, but I think it's very prevalent here. And I agree. I don't think I will do that because I feel very unprotected sharing too much personal information. It's one thing when you post content. It's another thing when you post your very personal events. And you know, there is part of everyone, I think, that wants to post and share with friends and family. But I have one little advice, if I may. Take your birthday off social media. Just take it off. And you will see who really wants and cares and needs your information. I did it several years ago, And it was the best. I always wanted to do it. I just didn't know how, because I really, not that I didn't know how. I would forget, or I just knew I didn't like it. I didn't know. I didn't really pay attention till it was too late. And every year I would forget. And then finally I done it. And it's the best thing I've ever done. And then you realize you might have 5, 7 people, maybe 10 if you're very lucky. Your schoolmates, your close friends, your family. That's it. These are the people that, want to know what's going on and want to be in your life and want to be present. And so as you are. We also need to think about our people. Do we know the birthdays of people that we love? Do we ask them how they doing? To what I was saying earlier, I want to say that sometimes often people don't reach out because they feel like, oh, I know everything. I see your life on social media. And so many people feel so disconnected because just because somebody dropped a like or a comment, it doesn't mean that that gives you true connection. So a lot of family members, as I said before, don't ever reach out to you, don't ever talk to you, don't ever take part in your life, in your family's life. But they send you a comment, you know. What I'm saying is, putting a like or a comment for a family is not replacement for connection with your family. So I agree that that is part of it, that it gives you the false idea. But also it's really taking us away from the people who are close. If you are sitting with your family or with your child or with your husband or with your wife and you are connecting with everybody on social media, it defeats the purpose. You can use it, but you have to be very smart to guard your time. So you stay in touch if there is somebody you really want to stay in touch with, but you don't neglect your whole family. Anyway, thank you. You don't have to worry about it. Destabilized America. You don't have to worry about that at all. Yeah, I took decision a while ago. It's been a while. I like Samaritan coffee with cinnamon. Oh, that sounds really good. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. Oh, stop! CCGB, what are you doing? Now I want a pastry and a hot, scalding, strong coffee. You're killing me. CCGB, you better stop the pastry thing. I am from Ukraine. We have some of the best pastries. This is one thing that I miss tremendously. I don't like the bakery unless you go to like a very specialized bake shop that have a really, really amazing baked goods. The stuff that they sell in the regular stores is like just sugar. It's like sugary sugar. It has, to me, it's like overly sweetened, so I can't eat it. I like I don't say the word pastry, okay? I'm gonna put it in a banned word. Is this word is banned? You get in a lot of trouble, CCGB. You push in my sensitive spot. I remember when we had visited to Ukraine some years back. We had so many amazing bake shops. It's like this, I don't even know, pirogi. It's not what you think. It's not pirogi. It's not that. It's like, I don't know how to explain. It's kind of like special bread, sort of small pieces, and it has like stuffing inside. It could be cherries, it could be meat, it could be apples, it could be anything, and it's so good. I remember, and also I like phyllo dough, and oh man, I remember when I went to Ukraine. I woke up in the morning. I was at my mom's house. I took a bag and I said, "I'll be right back." So I went to the bakery because I don't eat it here. I went to the bakery and I came back with a whole bag of baked goods. Yep, I I came home. My mom was looking at me like they don't feed you over there, like in US when I was visiting for the first time Ukraine from US. She was like they don't feed you over there because I had this big bag, like a grocery bag filled up with bakery to the brim. Oh, oh, oh. So we reached. Oh my goodness, destabilized America is trying to stabilize me. Thank you, he says. So we reached an agreement, no causing yourself a heart attack with 24-hour life. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. You see, I have a protective energy here on the channel. I'm not allowed to ask. So I'll have to use my coffee fund in increments. 12 hours. What if I will go what if I will go live like every with a new pot of I have an idea. Maybe I can make a beautiful pot of coffee and and when when coffee finishes, I am done and then I'm coming back. I'm just thinking honestly, I'm just thinking about the idea of a celebration. So what would you recommend destabilize America? What would you recommend how we should celebrate? I know there's gonna be a day we would want to celebrate. Meanwhile, meet my other candidate. He may be a bit Mexican. He's a bit too skinny. But he carries. Look. Alright. I like you. By the way, what do you think? Should I go live? Lots of pastry. Oh, stop. Stop. The word pastry is blocked on this channel. Cowboy, yes. I said he was Mexican. Well, Mexican cowboy. What's wrong? Nothing wrong. Yeah, guys. Those are the tables I was sitting at. You see? They have little decor. Alright. Celebration for what? Well, I told you. Celebration for peace. Once it happens. We are anticipating peace. Something that's brewing right now. I'm just saying that the day it happens, I want to have a major celebration on the channel. So we are discussing how it's gonna go. That's why I offered to do a 24-hour live. We will figure something out, guys. Maybe we'll be a bit more sensible, but we're gonna create something that would be fun and entertaining. We're gonna use clips, we're gonna have guests, we're gonna have music, and you're gonna see me eating food. You're gonna see me eating food. Maybe not a lot of food, but we're gonna have tea, we're gonna have coffee, and we're gonna have something refreshing. Don't respond in a negative way, please, because we all have hope. We all have hope. Also, we might have another celebration. We're going to have celebration for Christmas. We're gonna have some, just a nice Christmas, um, just Christmas mode, just some beautiful things. So maybe I'll go for a little bit on Christmas. Um, Maybe some music, even despite of copyright, something. Maybe we'll have some friends on. I just love the spirit of celebration, when you really, really sharing the happiness and everybody kind of gets their energy boost. Thank you, Damien. I believe you. Uh, it's my birthday and it's your birthday. Happy birthday. Well, to be honest, I was thinking also, any big event, I would like to try to do like a special celebration live. Okay, maybe not 24 hours, maybe 23. No, I'm joking. But I think just some fun, celebrative life would be amazing. Well, I can use some of the ideas for the upcoming live I want to make. I really want to celebrate Charlie Kirk's legacy. Meanwhile, I want to play some of my favorite clips, some of the clips that are good for discussions, and we can see how the live with the media, if I play um, certain clips, certain things, we'll see how long I can last, because I can save a lot of voice and people can come and go. It's like an open door, right? So I can use some of that coffee and we can maybe have a practice, maybe we should practice before we commit to 24 hours. Wait. All right. Oi. Oi. Sorry. We are joking, Ducati. Maybe not. Oi. All right, guys. If you would like to see me again for somewhat similar content, but also somewhat different, because we're not always laughing like this. By the way, thank you guys for making me laugh, for the fun discussion. Um, right now, common sense wins, but what we're gonna do is, instead of trying to bite a big piece, we're gonna try to bite a smaller piece. So we're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna give it a shot and see how does it how much coffee. Okay, we'll have to figure out how much coffee takes for maybe 3-4 hours first and go from there. Looking forward to your celebration here. You always have great backgrounds. What do you mean? Thank you, though. Thank you, David. Good night, Daniel.